What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back to my channel. I am the Eva Monroe. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel today. I'm back. I'm better than ever. And to the person who breathed on me, I'm still standing, just so you know. So today I wanted to do a video about some of the mistakes that we make when we're fragrance shopping. And I wanted to do this video because I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he said, why is it that when I go to the store and I pick a fragrance, I feel like I love it, and then when I get it home, sometimes it's a different story? And first and foremost, the things that we don't own oftentimes smell better than everything that we do own. So that's part of the reason for that. But there are really some mistakes that we make when we go out to purchase a fragrance that sometimes send us home with the wrong thing. So pay attention to some of these things the next time you go fragrance shopping, and the chances that you will go home with something that you absolutely love are far greater if you pay attention to these things. Now, the first mistake you may be making is you may not have a plan. And when you go fragrance shopping, just like when you go car shopping or grocery shopping or anything shopping, you need a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're just going to get a bunch of stuff that you don't need at the grocery store. You're going to get a car that you don't love. You're going to get clothes that you don't need. So I like to write down 3, no more than 4 must smells. Things that I really need to smell, things that I'm interested in smelling. And when I walk in the store and the lights are bright and the bottles are beautiful and the paparazzi is spraying fragrance in my face, I can still focus on my task at hand. I can say, no, thank you. I came for Tom Ford. No, thank you. I'm here for Chanel. So have a plan. Now, the next mistake you may be making is you may cover yourself in fragrance before you go fragrance shopping. And why would you do that? You don't cover yourself in makeup before you go get your makeup done or before you go get a facial. So absolutely do not cover yourself in fragrance before you go fragrance shopping. I shower and apply unscented lotion, and that's it. Because I want to try fragrance on my skin. And how can you do that if you're already covered in your scent of the day? So don't wear any fragrance. Now, the next mistake you may be making is you probably like to go on the weekend. And truthfully speaking, it's really when most of us have time to go. But I make time on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, because those are the days that I know that the SA can focus on me. She will give me her undivided attention. And I don't have to compete with 3 or 4 other people, because SAs are there to make as much money as they can. So they want to help as many people as they can. And there are going to be a lot of people in there on the weekends. So go on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I call and I say, hey, I'm going to pop in about 3 o'clock. I would like to smell such and such. So she knows I'm coming and she knows the reason why I'm coming. So avoid going on the weekend. Now, the next mistake you may be making is you may be taking your friends. I like to go sniffing with my friends. I don't like to go shopping with my friends. There's a difference. If we're going to go smell and play in fragrances, well, I need my crew with me. But if I'm going to make a purchase and I know I'm going to make a purchase, I go by myself, because I like to do my dirt by myself anyway. I don't even take my husband with me. So your friends have a tendency to sway your decision one way or the other. If there's something you absolutely love and they smell it and they're like, oh no, that's hideous, don't wear that, you're going to stink, you may end up with something that they love, which is something that you hate. So leave your friends at home when you go to really make a purchase. Now, the next mistake you may be making is you may be expecting the SAs to be as informed about fragrances as you are, if not more informed than you are. And the truth of the matter is, 9 times out of 10, This is not the case with them. This is the wrong attitude to have. And don't assume that just because an essay is not as informed as some of your FragCom buddies or as you, that they're a bad essay, because that's not the case. Most of them are not into it like you are. And if you don't believe me, ask them. Most of them are anosmic to most fragrances. Most of them don't even like to wear fragrances. Every now and again, you will luck up on a true frag head who is an SA, but it doesn't happen very often. So I used to feel like if they weren't like a walking fragrantica, they shouldn't be helping me. But that's not the right attitude to have. You be informed, educate yourself, because they are there to help you. They're there to get you things. They're there to make sure you get loaded up on samples, but they might not always be like spewing off notes, and they might not be able to tell you about a Chypre or an Oriental. So don't let that sway your decision in dealing with them, because they're not into it like you are. Now, the next mistake you may be making is you may not spray the fragrance on your skin before you purchase it. You may just have a card, like some fragrance reviewers I see who do fragrance reviews with a card that they sprayed at Macy's 5 days ago. And they're like, this is beast mode. I get the patchouli and the bergamot, and it's 2 weeks old, and I can't believe. Fragrance is not going to perform on your skin the same way that it's going to perform on paper. So I have a $320 horror story that came from me smelling something on someone else, who is my husband, and on a piece of paper. So spray the fragrance on your skin, because if you don't, that is a mistake. Now, the next mistake you may be making, you may not allow the fragrance to go through all 3 phases that it needs to go through before you fall in love. Do I believe in love at first sight? No. Do I believe in love at first sniff? No. I do not. I've had my heart broken by all of the above. So no, I don't. Spray the fragrance on your skin. Walk away. Just leave. Go look at the shoes. Look at the bags. Go to lunch. Go back to work. Hell, go home if you need to go home. But let the fragrance go through the top, the mid, and the base notes. I have had situations previously where an SA said, hey, have you smelled this? And I'm like, no, spray me. And she sprayed me, and I was like, box it up. Oh, I need that. Box it up. And I'm driving home. I got the fragrance in my passenger seat. You know, I got the seatbelt on it because I don't need no problems. And I'm smelling, and I'm like, ooh, I'm about to go home, and I'm going to shower, and I'm cover myself. And then I get like 1 minute from my house, and I'm like, oh, wait, no, what happened? Either the fragrance goes really bad on me, or it just walks out of my life completely, and then I'm so upset that I bought it. Just be patient. Let the fragrance dry down before you fall in love and get married and have children and do all that wonderful stuff that we should all do in life. Let the fragrance go through all phases. Now, the next mistake you may be making is you may be allowing the SA to make you feel pressured into buying something. And I used to feel this way until I started checking for my coins the way I'm checking for my coins now, because I felt like, oh my God, if someone helped me for like a whole hour, least I could do is buy something. I mean, buy something. And then you end up with something that you really don't want. And a good SA will understand that these things take time. You're not going to go to a car lot and just jump in a car and drive off the lot in a car that you never test drove. So she will understand that you may need to spend some time with the fragrance. And when you're ready, when the time is right, you will come back and you will buy that fragrance, hopefully from her. Don't order it offline all the time. Sometimes it's kind of rude. I always feel like it's kind of rude if you do that every time. Like they help you and then you always end up ordering it offline. At least go back or at least call them and say, hey, can you order this for me? Just common courtesy. Unless you can creep up on a come up, but you know. Now, the last thing the last mistake that you may be making is you may not be asking for a sample of whatever fragrance you just purchased. At the end of the transaction, the essays always say, would you like a sample to take home? Would you like a sample of something? We always want to get a sample of something we don't have, right? Because we want to figure out what our next splurge is going to be. Like, what do I need to buy next? If she is only giving you one, the only one you need is the one that you just purchased. Why? Because once you take that box home and you take that cellophane off of it, you are committed for life. So take your sample that she is going to give you, wear the sample, and when you know that you're 100% in love, then tear that box open and, you know, put the bottle on your shelf next to all the others where it's going to be for the next however many years until you wear it again. I'm kidding. Thank you guys so much for listening to me today. Fragrance shopping should be a pleasant experience. And every time you do it, you should end up with something that you love. It just takes a little bit of time and patience and a plan. And that's it. So again, thank you for listening to me today. Until I see you in my next video, be blessed and bye for now.